Hello, and welcome back to Living for Business. Today, we are going to look at the 10 crazy rules you have to follow if you work at Tesla. Tesla came down to earth to prove that electric vehicles can be quicker, more refined, and immense fun to drive than gasoline cars. And Elon Musk is the best synonym in business circles for revolution and out-of-the-box thinking. Naturally, it is a dream come home for any aspiring person to work in the company, and with a professional who has revolutionized everything he touches, it is a profound joy to get a glimpse of how things are done there and why they are so far ahead of their competition. Like being extraordinary in all that it does, Tesla also has some crazy rules that will make you scratch your head. Here we start. No acronyms or workplace jargon. Not sure what is the thinking process here. Acronyms and workplace jargons are ordinary in any company. It is with many of them in the slots people communicate in the business world. And ask anyone, and they will approve you that saying AI instead of artificial intelligence is much easier. But if you ever get hired by Tesla, then keep this in mind. You are not allowed to use one there. Elon Musk once sent a mass email with the subject, "Acronyms seriously suck." In the email, he asked the employees to stop using acronyms or face drastic actions. However, a few months down the road, Elon Musk conceded that some of them were necessary for the smooth working of the company. Nowadays, Tesla uses acronyms that Elon Musk himself personally approves. What a crazy thing, isn't it? Natural body odors only. Elon Musk disapproves of any Musk. Doesn't it sound amusing? Let me tell you, if you are working at Tesla, you are not allowed to use perfumes. Reason? Elon Musk is said to be highly sensitive to odors. His sensitivity is so high. A story is thick in the air that he reportedly threw a fit when he smelled the burning plastic that vapors from a vat of liquid silicon. He thought that these non-toxic fumes were going to kill him. He despises the smell so bad that he even went on to launch his own aftershave. According to him, his aftershave is a sophisticated and undiscovered new scent that embodies the attitude of pioneers. When you own some of the biggest companies on the planet, you are allowed to have a few quirks. Use of yellow markings. Okay, frame it any other way and people might misread it. By now, we have already talked about how Elon Musk's personal tastes are affecting the day-to-day activities at Tesla. And here is another one more. Elon reportedly hates the color yellow. We don't know the specific details of why, but it is reported that he hates them so much that he had ordered to remove the yellow safety markings in the factory and replace them with gray lane lines. Read this along with the accounts of former workers of Tesla who claim that there are no yellow safety markings or even vital signs in the factory. Now, if you have been a big fan of Tesla, you might want to question whether should Elon's hatred for the yellow color and phobia of signs is a good reason to risk employees' safety. Anyway, Tesla has denied the allegation as a deliberate disinformation campaign against Tesla and blamed it on the ongoing unionization. No ambulance under any circumstances. Staying with the issue of employee safety further, here's another thing that might make you wonder about what is truly happening at Tesla. Apparently, there is a rule at Tesla that even when a factory worker gets injured, no matter how big or small, the in-house medical clinic is not allowed to call 911 unless they have permission first. It is reported that if the injury is minor, the employee is sent right back to work. And if it is major and needs an ambulance, the factory is supposed to use Lyft service instead of calling an ambulance. Why is this? Well, this will work well with the ambition of keeping the count of accidents as low as possible on the books. The company can report a low injury rate and reduce the severity of the reported injuries. Do you smell an inhuman Musk here? No large workplace meetings. If you have ever worked in a company or owned a business, you know that meetings are inevitable. Meetings equip you and your employees to effectuate meaningful communication, solve problems, resolve discords, enhance performance, devise teamwork, and move the projects forward. However, Elon Musk is not a fan of large meetings, and he made this stance so clear to his employees via a now famous email. In the email, he discusses how meetings are the unseen enemies of creativity. He believes that meetings always gets worse over time, so he encourages them to avoid these large meetings unless it provides value to everyone who attends it. So how does he propose to prevent these meetings? Well, just walk out. He doesn't think that it is rude to leave. Instead, he believes that it is rude to make someone stay and force them to waste their time where their presence is irrelevant. No sick leave. Sick leave is not only a humanitarian allowance, but a more effective strategy to increase productivity. A HuffPost report informs that 86% of bosses agree that employees are more productive upon return from a sick day. A shocking piece of news came into the limelight in 2015 when Elon Musk was found hammering a Tesla employee because he missed a company meeting after his partner went into labor. In an email, Musk articulated that he was very disappointed and the employee needed to figure out where his priorities were. There are also many reported incidents where Tesla has stopped injured employees who were on medical leave from coming back to work. According to Elon Musk's email, sick leaves are one of the reasons why companies go bankrupt. It is so ironic that a company that stands to conserve nature uninjured does not preserve its injured employees. Don't you too feel so? Forget the hierarchy. Here's another crazy rule that Tesla employees have to follow. For any company in the world, hierarchy is important. It is how they work. But we are not talking about any company. We are talking about Tesla, a company owned by a CEO who is all about efficiency. According to Elon Musk, communication should be the shortest. That is, if A has something to say to B, A should ring up B and communicate it directly. He doesn't have to take a detour with Z to communicate with B. So if you are an employee in Tesla and have an idea, you could just pick up the phone and you want to collaborate with another department, you could just ring them up and put your plan to practice. Not sure how effective this is, though. This means that there are a lot of managers and others who are kept out of the loop of what is happening, and I don't personally think that is a very reasonable idea. Don't leak information. It is a no-no at Tesla. You are not allowed to leak any information to the press. I think it is understandable. With the state of the media and the world, I guess nobody blames Elon for this rule. They are always looking for a scandal, and a scandal can largely interrupt the daily workings of a company. If they get one on Tesla, they are going to make it so much worse than what it actually is. So whether you are an employee or a shareholder, you are not allowed to leak any information to the press. You might find this a bit hypocritical, given Musk often discusses the company policy and others over Twitter. But he has threatened to terminate the contract of any employee or beneficiary of Tesla if they do that. Along with contract termination, an employee will have to face charges for damages in court. No 40-hour work week. Okay, I'm on the fence with this rule. On the one hand, I understand why there is such a rule, all the while, I don't think this should be there. So here's the thing. Elon Musk works very hard. There is no question about it. The guy works 100+ hours a week. That is good. He holds several high-pressure positions, so naturally he has to do that. But the trouble is that he expects his employees to do the same. In an interview, one of his former employees asserted that Elon's view of reality is highly skewed. The employee said that Elon makes Tesla employees work so long that they reach a state of zombie condition they call Tesla stare. The employee also recollects the instance when one of the employees went to see Elon ask when he would see his family. Elon found the employee not on board with Tesla's mission and values. Does Tesla entice you to be a comfortable workplace still? Don't follow rules. Elon is a fan of the first principles approach and has laid guidelines that allow the employees to use their common sense to be their guide. In 2013, at a TED conference, Elon outlined this. He explained that things should be looked at from the most fundamental truth and then reasoned up. Or in other words, break down the problem into core parts and work your way up. He even tested this with his managers. They were asked to examine managerial expense by the first principles approach, and those who couldn't do it were fired on the spot. That's our take on the 10 crazy rules you have to follow if you work at Tesla. Please let us know if we have missed any. We will see you in the next video. Bye!